Alright, heading on to page 5. Last page, solve using any method, my personal favorite, and then answer in simplest radical form if necessary. So I'm going to stay away from the calculator for now. If you can factor, this one's factorable. I'll get plus 7 and minus 6 right here. That's my favorite way because it's the fastest. So I've got x equal negative 7 and x equal positive 6 from these two factors. Subtract that 8 to the other side. Got 40 and 20, so that's actually going to work. Let's go 2x and 2x. I've got a 5 and a 1 to work with. So if I go negative 10x right here, and then positive 2x right here, it's going to give me my 8x in the middle. This will work as my factors. So I've got x is equal to 5 over 2 right here, and I've got x is equal to negative 1 over 2 right there. If you can't factor that way, you can always get that negative 20 and negative 8 like that, and get the negative 10, positive 2, just like this, and work it the old-fashioned way. It's a little slower than the logic and reason method, but still highly effective. This one cannot factor. I've got 5. There's no way to get 2 out of it. So I'm going to take and dump this one into quadratic formula. I've got negative b, so negative negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared, minus 4 times a times c. So I've got 2 plus or minus the square root of 24. This is all over 2a over 2. Square root of 24 will reduce into 2 square roots of 6. We'll pull that 4. There it is, 2 square roots of 6. So I'll have 2 plus or minus the square root, 2 squares of 6 over 2. These 2's will all cancel, and I'll get 1 plus or minus the square root of 6 as my answer for x. If you break this down, it's going to be 1 plus or minus, 2 point something. So 3 point something, or negative and a decimal if you were to punch that out in your calculator. 38, this just factors out x minus 9 is equal to 0. So x could be 0 from this first one, or x could be positive 9 from the second one. Adding the 7x to both sides, 2x squared minus 5x. I'm going to subtract x6 minus 7 is equal to 0. This one's going to factor. 2x and x are going to be my numbers. Got to get a 7, so plus 1 minus 7. That'll give us minus 7x plus 2x. That'll give us that negative 5 in the middle. So x is equal to positive 7 over 2, and x is going to be equal to negative 1 to solve those out. Again, using your calculator on the graphing would be handy here. Quadratic formula also handy here if you don't feel comfortable factoring those kinds of numbers. This one, need to subtract that 3 over to the other side first. Once we do that, again, love the factoring, x minus 3, x plus 1. Fast way to go about it. Again, if you want to throw that x up and get the negative 3, negative 2, and get that negative 3, positive 1 in there, always fine. I just logic and reason faster. For me, I've got x equal 3, and I've got x equal negative 1 as my two answers. Pushing down to the last section, I've got simplifying the radical expression. Now, the best way to do it is to pick the largest number you can that's a perfect square. Example, I know 100 goes into 600 6 times. When I pick this 100, I get a pair of 10s real fast. I can take that pair early, and I get an answer much faster with a lot smaller likelihood of making a careless mistake. Let me show you what I mean as far as careless mistake. This one I'm going to go long on. So that's actually not a good one. We'll do 196 because there are more numbers involved. I got 2 and 48. 48 is 2 and 24. 24 is 2 and 12. 12 is 2 and 6. 6 is 2 and 3. So you'll notice I didn't go and pull a 16 out at first so I could get a pair of 4s. I didn't see the 16, so I busted all the way down like this. I then have to go back through, grab a pair of 2s, grab a second pair of 2's. I've got a 2 left over and a 3 left over. You'll notice I'm still going to get the same answer. As long as you don't do anything this inaccurate, you're still going to get the same answer. Got a 12 on the outside. I pulled a 2 from here. I pulled a 2 from here. And left on the inside, I've got this 2. I've got this 3. 12 times 2 is 24. Times 2 is 48. And then I've got the square root of 6 hanging out on the inside. It is the same as taking the square root of 96, busting out a 6 and a 16. The 16 is going to give you a pair of 4's. You take one of those 4's to the outside, you'll notice I still get the same answer if I pull the largest square, perfect square out of the number. It's just faster to get that perfect square early. Example, if I go 25 and 10 over here, I can get that pair of 5's right now rather than busting it out a longer way. You can take that 10 and break it down into 2 and 5, but you'll notice I'm not going to get any more pairs. 5 square roots of 10 is going to be our answer here. The 2 times 5 is what we left on the inside for this number. Last one. This is 36 and 3. For those of you that don't see that pair of 6's, you will get the same answer. I just like taking the pair of 6's because it's faster, less likely that you make an error when you're using fewer steps. So I've got a 3 that stays inside, a 4 that's already there, and a 6 that I've pulled out. That gives me 24 square roots of 3 as my answer. Good luck on the test. We'll catch you guys next time. Get this video cut.